Get to know local leaders, catch community updates, and hear about the latest happenings from City Hall and beyond on City Notes, an informative and hyperlocal interview series brought to you by the City of Nicholasville. Today I'm here with Steve Pracht, the Grants Administrator for the City of Nicholasville. Steve, thanks so much for joining us.
No, thanks for having me.
Can you tell us a little about your background and what about it led you to public service?
Sure. Well, I grew up in Lexington. I've been a Lexington native for the majority of my life. I went to UK and majored in economics. After graduating, I got a job with the Lexington Fayette Urban County government as a deputy council clerk. So I worked there for 8 years, then applied for a job with the Nicholasville Police Department. And that's how I got into Nicholasville. I was recruited by the Director of General Government into my current grants administrator position. So long story short, I've kind of always been in government and don't really know much else.
On one of my other interviews, they said, it just picks you.
It really does.
The one misconception that I know of about grants is that they're like loans, but really I think of them as more like scholarships. So the federal government, a charitable foundation, or another entity creates these opportunities for funding, and then a person or a business, or in this case, you on behalf of the city, has to go find those opportunities and then apply or even compete for them. And then if the grant is awarded, the funding doesn't have to be paid back. So they can be a huge asset to a community and help meet needs and fund projects that maybe the city couldn't otherwise afford. Could you tell us about some of the grants that you've won for the City of Nicholasville?
Yeah. Another misconception is that the grant is just money that's given to us, which is definitely not the case. A lot of times we have to put up a local match, basically money of our own to complete the project. So we only get like 80% of the funding, and then we have to come up with the other 20%. I get that a lot. But some of the grants that I've gotten recently, I worked with the Jessamine County Public Library, went after a grant for Wi-Fi hotspots for all of the kids that go to Jessamine County schools. It was kind of big when COVID and there was still NTI and distance learning was going on, and we got 2,500 hotspots that were prepaid for a year to help kids get reliable internet so that they could do their homework and classwork, stuff like that. More recently, I got a litter abatement grant, just under $15,000 to help with street sweeping, cleanup. We got $2,500 grant for the fire department for new fire helmets. And then we got about $3,000 for AED machine, which is the automated electronic defibrillator, and a 4-gas monitor.
That's amazing. And it sounds like you work with a lot of different departments. You've got to stay up to date on everybody's needs.
Yes, I really do. That's kind of the best part of my job is I get to go around to all the departments and ask, how can I help? What do you guys need? What are big projects that you want to get accomplished? And I basically keep a list. And then when I'm going through my daily grant hunt, I see if any of those projects match up with open grants, and that's how we get the process started.
So you find and apply for these fundings for the city, but then sometimes you also get to be the one giving funding out. I know you recently launched the city's first small business property incentive grant program. Can you tell us a little about that?
So this has been the biggest small project that I've ever done. There's just been like a ton of work that's gone into it, but it's definitely worth it. Nicholasville City Commissioners earmarked $500,000 for grants for the downtown business district. They were the businesses that were hit the hardest from COVID with the loss of foot traffic. And one way we're trying to bring people back downtown is by kind of revamping our Main Street corridor, and we gave $487,000 of that out. This is actually the first time that I've been able to discuss the recipients. I can go ahead and announce the winners.
Yeah, definitely.
There's the Jessamine County Chamber of Commerce, Reams Real Estate, Bethel Methodist Church, Shadowland Community Church, Tranter and Tranter Law Office, Euro Wine Bar, The Public Well, Reliant LLC, Alternative Jewelry, Smith Law Office, Prestige Auto Care, and Bird Properties.
That's awesome. It sounds like you all had a good response.
We did. We had definitely a lot of applications. So it was originally for the month of October, but we ended up doing October and November just to make sure that everybody had enough time. I'm still getting calls for people that are asking if, we're going to be doing something similar in the future. Sad that they missed out, and they is there anything upcoming? And budget season is coming up. So fingers crossed that the commission will give me maybe some more money. But yeah, it's been a lot of work, but I think the results and all of the new changes that we're going to be seeing on Main Street, it's definitely going to be worth it.
I love that we're using some of the ARPA funds to put basically right in the hands of some business owners to help improve downtown. I love that idea. So I'm sure everyone will look forward to seeing what comes of it. So what Nicholasville person, place, or thing has been an influence in your life lately?
I guess it would have to be people, probably my coworkers. Being in government well over a decade now, I've got to work with a lot of people, and I can really say that as a collective, I've never worked with such talented, selfless, overall generous group of people ever. It's people that work here, they love Nicholasville, and that shows in pretty much everything they do. It's really true what they say, surrounding yourself with great people, because they really make me strive to do better every day.
Well, Steve, I think all that hard work you all do, everyone can see it, and we're all very grateful for you. So thanks for all that you do for the city and for joining us today.
Thanks so much.